What's up, everybody? I'm hard to see just because I'm using this tri-def chroma key with my C922 Pro Stream Logitech webcam. Aside from all that, it's your boy Mekel Kasanova coming at you with another video. This is my reaction to Ultra Street Fighter 2, the Final Challengers. Now, a lot of people have been really divided on this because they're like, oh man, that's lame. They're just remaking another Street Fighter. And I'm like, yeah, it is fundamentally another Street Fighter 2 remake, which, I mean, at this point, I've lost count of how many Street Fighter 2 remakes have been done, or add-ons, or expansions. But you can't really give Capcom crap because they kind of paved the way for, Arc System Works to be able to do that with Guilty Gear and BlazBlue. So, those guys have been doing it for forever, No one's complaining about that. They actually like each revision, how it balances out and makes the game better. So, we're going to see how it is with Street Fighter 2. And I know a lot of people that don't care for another Street Fighter 2 or even understand the there's a huge significance to Ultra Street Fighter 2, the Final Challengers. And a lot of people who did not grow up in the 90s when the arcade scene was hot, I mean, I remember that. I was like a little kid going to the arcade with my older brothers, and we had stacks of quarters, and that was the proving grounds. Like, you could talk crap all you wanted to, but until you could step up and grab the sticks and actually know what you were doing, I mean, it was a proving ground, being able to be in an arcade and play those games. So it makes me happy to see that they've actually decided to make the final iteration of Street Fighter 2. And we're going to play this trailer and see how it looks. Because for me, this is significant. This is a day one purchase for me. I'm not very good at Street Fighter 2 as it is now. Like, I have the most recent remake, which was back in, I think, 2008, 2009, when they did Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix. And basically, this takes the HD Remix's graphics and applies it to a new balanced update with two new characters, which are Valiant Ken and Evil Ryu. And they're not new characters. It's new for Street Fighter, the Street Fighter side, to have Violent Ken, because the first time he appeared was technically in the Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, and secondly was in SVC SNK vs. Capcom Chaos, or SNK vs. Capcom SVC Chaos. So it was the first time Violent Ken ever showed up. Now he's officially part of Street Fighter canon, or a Street Fighter game. So let's go ahead and play this video. I'll give you guys my feedback on it, and we'll go from there. Alright, here we go. Man, 30 years. I'm damn near 30. Remember that feeling. Yes, I do remember that feeling. The Super Nintendo was the battleground, because back in the day, when you had Street Fighter, I remember, me and my brothers, we had Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo, and people always over at our house, we were the only kids in the neighborhood that had it. And if you're in the arcade, like the saying says, you didn't stop until you won. You were hooked. You had quarters. This is a significant part of the fight game scene. This is what put it on the map. This is relevant.
Ultra Street Fighter 2, the Final Challengers. Round 1, fight!
T-Hawk, who are you? Tell me. Okay, got the option. I like that. Okay, I see my first problem with it already. It's a big selling point, being able to take it outside. What was that last part?
Ultra Street Fighter 2! The final challengers.
Alright. Super good video. I mean, I like the fact that they went over the last, you know, they showed video footage back from when Street Fighter 2 first came out to the arcade scene, how relevant that was. And a lot of you guys now that may hate on Street Fighter 2 or Street Fighter series in general, you need to understand the history of the fight game culture, or the fight game community, like where it started. And Street Fighter 2 is actually what put fighting games on the map, and everyone scrambled to copy the success of Street Fighter 2. You have Fighter's History. Some can even argue that Fatal Fury and Art of Fighting, King of Fighters are all clones, even though basically the directors of the original Street Fighter went on to SNK to create those games. So they're not technically copies. They are basically reimaginings of what Street Fighter was, and just in a different format. So, you know, you have World Heroes, you had Samurai Showdown, you had Double Dragon, the Neo Geo one, not the Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis one. God, there are so many fighting games. I think Fighter's History was the most blatant ripoff of Street Fighter 2, actually. And I mean, we wouldn't have fighting games the way they are if it wasn't for this. I'm excited. The fact that I can actually take Street Fighter 2 on the go. If I run into someone who has Street Fighter 2 and I can just whip it out and start playing with them, that's amazing. Or be able to dock it and pull out the, you know, the two Joy-Cons and just play from there. It's just, that's phenomenal. One problem I see with it is the fact that the Joy-Con. Now, when I play fighting games, and I'll show you guys what I play with. You probably won't be able to see it because of the thing I'm using for the camera, but this is my Street Fighter 4 controller, which I use on my PC when I'm playing Ultra Street Fighter 4, as well as when I'm playing Street Fighter 5 on PC. Now, I have Street Fighter 5 and Ultra Street Fighter 4 on PC and on PS3 and PS4. So when I play, I need a D-pad. And there's one thing when it comes to trying to play games with an analog stick, a fighting game in particular. Now, it's not impossible. It can definitely be done. It just makes it a lot harder. And I can't say I would be comfortable playing that. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of accessories to come out to circumvent that. I know Hori PDP and Power A are coming out with a lot of accessories for the Switch, and they've already reached out to me in order to do some reviews and product testing for those items in particular. But I need a D-pad when I'm playing Street Fighter or any fighting game. It's a requirement. So I'll give it a chance with the Joy-Con and see how it is. I mean, it looks like it could work, and we'll find out. I don't know. But, yeah, I'm excited for this. And Street Fighter 2 is a monumental title. It's a historic title. For me, I have a lot of history with Street Fighter 2 growing up in the 90s and being able to, you know, see how Street Fighter has evolved from the 80s to the 90s, like with Street Fighter 1, 2, Alpha, EX, 3, the crossover games. I was there to see all that happen. And for me to see this coming back in the final iteration with the final finishing touches for the balances of the characters and adding on 2 new characters, because it's actually cool to see Evil Ryu and Violent Ken. Violent Ken for his first appearance in the official Capcom game, in Street Fighter 2. Makes sense too, storyline wise. So I'm excited to see it. I have nothing but positivity. I know a lot of people have been giving Nintendo a lot of crap for the Switch, saying it's underpowered, blah 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 blah. I don't have that issue. You can call me a Nintendo fanboy if you want. It is what it is. I've had nothing but good times with Nintendo. Sure, the last several years since the 64 and GameCube and on, they have not been the same Nintendo that I grew up with, in the 80s and 90s. But it's Nintendo nonetheless. And the one thing Nintendo has always been able to do, and if you want to argue with me about it, I would actually prefer not to argue with someone, but if you feel like arguing, you can. I personally feel like Nintendo has always had fun games. Like, they may not be like a Call of Duty or Assassin's Creed level or, up there with Battlefield or anything like that. They've not marketed towards a mature audience until before Mr. Iwata and after Mr. Iwata. So Satoru Iwata. So when he passed away, they're pushing for the mainstream. Before, when he was in charge, they weren't. He wanted a family-oriented console. And that's what we got with the Nintendo Wii U. And that was a stellar system, in my opinion. I've got some gems on that thing, and I'm happy with it, personally. Could it have been better? Yeah. Hell, everything could be better. But for what it was, it did what I wanted to do, and I'm happy with it. Do I play it as much as my PS4, Xbox One, or my PC? No. But when I do play it, I have fun. I have a sense of satisfaction and joy when I play on the Wii U or any of my Nintendo consoles. Hell, I got the NES Classic. I've hacked it, and you guys want to see the hack. The link to it is in the description below, and it'll be at the end of this video as well. And I was able to play all the the NES games I grew up playing and enjoying. So for me, I'm happy for this. I'm happy for Nintendo. I think the Switch will be a success. It's already sold out worldwide. I've got 2 on pre-order, one for me and my wife, and I got nothing but good things. I wish the best for Nintendo. I don't believe in this whole negativity thing where we're gonna wish for the worst for a console or for a company. We want them to fail, or that's disgusting. Why would you want the worst for anything or anyone? And I'm going to end this video, let you guys ponder about that. Like, why would you want the worst for someone? So, until next time, catch y'all in the next video. If you like this video, please go ahead and post comments below. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Articulate why you liked it. Articulate why you didn't like it. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you didn't. And until next time, I'll catch you in the next one. This is Mekel Kasanova. I'm signing out. Deuces wild. 30th anniversary of Street Fighter. Damn. See you in the next one.